not proprietary. This is our in-house, like how we build our solution here on the server. Like the server we go install when we go out for customers when they build their own, like use Shadow. So if you come to so let me share the link with here. Mr. Ahmed, please share the link with everybody, please. So the description is it's just a password, network, password, expression is fire. So you active the actual environment, it just tells you like, oh, the password expires. You can, there's more extensibility to it, which I'll be showing you on the server. I'm gonna go to the server now. So why I popped this up was, if you want to put your attacks on your Windows on your VM3, which is Windows 10, and you give an address of 3 dots, let's say 3.150. As long as you're excluded, your DHCP excluded address will be excluded from the list because you don't want a duplicate address. One of the commands for your DHCP will be like IP DHCP pool, and you're gonna say IP DHCP pool. I forget these things, man. Network 192.168.3.100 and the 3.0. Then I think 255.255.255.0. I don't know if you put this on my mask. Then you say IP default gateway 192.168.3.5. We use the 5 in the last octet here. Then we do IP domain. I forget these things, man. We gotta give it a default gateway. We gotta give it a domain. Hold on 1 second. Domain name. The DNS server. So you say default gateway, and you go DNS server. And give it DNS server. DNS server. 8.8.8.8. Then you gotta say lease. So lease time. Wait. IP DHCP excluded address 192.168.3. Let's say 100 to 100 192.168.3.254, right? Because that's your usable range. So this just means that I'm only doing DHCP from 192.168.3.1 to 192.168.3.99. So let's say you give a static address, because we static addresses on the servers. You give it like, let's say 1.1.199. So that will be the address you're going to put in this configure this server right here. So like when you go configure the server, when you go to this server control, configure the server actually. Yeah, so right here, that's the address you're going to give 199. It's just where is your Clearbox sitting? That's just where it is. So I'm gonna switch over to the server now. Control. Let's try the server now. So give me 1 second here. Okay, I can reach the internet, which is good news. So let's open TeamViewer real quick. So you need the .NET framework to work the tool. I can share with you because you won't find the free version anywhere. If you guys want it, if you reach out, I'll share with you. Mr. Ahmed can probably send it to you. I think he has. I shared most of these things with most people. So I think there's one line of command I'm missing here. Let's ask ChatGPT. I always like to be accurate with these things. You cannot be accurate, man. Let's ask ChatGPT. IPGTP exclude address. Hold on 1 second. IPGTP pool. Default router. Yeah, default router. Yeah. So it's default router, not default gateway. The network is right. Then you have to give it a DNS server. Yeah, this is right here, DNS server. So the mistake I made was default router. That's the only mistake I made. Yeah, I haven't done these things in a long time. So I knew there was something was off about that command. I feel something was off about that command. So 456 308 880. Okay, we're gonna use any desk here. Any desk. So we're gonna give it the fucking address 16105. All right. So it's here on the server now. So this is the tool right here. It's called it's just an audio tool. So I shared some information on SMTP. I try to just stick to when I know one thing that works for me, I just try to stick to it, right? So I put it on Matthew's group here, which is this one right here. The settings for Fortinet, port 465, SMTPS, and disable authentication. So, man, I forget this thing. So we come to settings. Oh shit, I don't remember anymore. Fuck. Okay, so I think the new monitoring plan. I think there's a paid version of it. The Active Directory. Next. Give it the fucking password. Those audits, send time report, send data to access review, data effects, install active license. Basically, take effects, everybody must be stored and have an active license to continue enforce audit policies. The next, install an instance of SQL Server, use an existing SQL instance, disable security intelligence. Because we ain't getting no fucking SQL right now. Yeah, so I think this is the part where to select the DB method for sending emails, report alert activities. So this is the part where you gotta tell it like, oh, this is how I want you to send fucking emails, you know. So like telling it like this is the emails about your password getting expired or expiring quickly or whatever type shit. So email delivery method is SMTP settings, so SMTP server, notifications of Fortinet.net. I'm not even sure this will work, but let's see. Then port is 465. Then we don't need authentication. Then what else? Send an email. Yeah, we'll go shadowguardinc.com. Use TLS authentication, encryption. Let me think about it. So yeah, SMTPS. Yeah, so that's we gotta choose that. First certificate to ensure security. So next, the recipients will receive daily. So I'm gonna choose, let's say, Sam Machado Garden. Send test email. I send test email with specify. Ensure the email is correct and check your notification settings. I send an email. Cannot send message. Okay, this is all for now. And next, monitoring plan. Just testing. Summary entering data for source. Okay. Domain. Select Azure data local. Select the account for collecting data. Default account for collecting for these things. But you don't want to use your own the real admin credentials to do a LDAP query. So you gotta come to users, right? We gotta create someone in the admin. So what we gotta do is copy the attributes, copy objects, you just say SVC. So SVC, that's what we're gonna call it. So that's how they do it in real time. SVC FN. Then last name is let's just use the same thing. Or let's just flip it actually. Then user logon name. Then next password. Okay, so we got to check the properties to see what group it belongs to, member of. So it should be member of domain admins. That's what we care about, domain admins. Then you should see a member of domain admins. We want to be a domain administrator. So we just copy domain admin. And now we need to do this is right click here, come to new, come to users. But I mean, to make it a domain admin, that's the only way to do that. I think that's the only way. I have to think about it first because I don't really like this environment. So we got to create a user. Yeah, that's one of the only ways to do it. Or you can add it to a domain controllers security group. That's another way you can do it. Add members. So domain controllers security group, domain controllers. No, not domain controllers, domain admins security group, domain admins. When you create that fucking user, come to members and then just add the user. So it's already added. That one is already added. That one we just created. So now we can come back to this guy right here and give it another name to use to do the lookups. So you can say SGI /SVC and password. We're gonna give it so let me click add. So then the next thing we gotta do is search Active Directory records. No. Yeah, I think reports now. So reports. So they already predefined reports here, and then you gotta come to. Let's say we were trying to do a report on compliance. Has anybody used Bellac? You guys know Bellac? Oh, is everybody asleep?
No.
I've used Bellac Advisor. It's a nice tool. So let's say you had keyloggers. This is like Bellac, but this is more advanced. It's work on your regular computer, Bellac Advisor. So Bellac Advisor, if you had like keyloggers, because most keyloggers are like they call it binded. So there's something called binders. So let's say I wanted you to install a virus. I could make it look innocuous by attaching it to a PDF, and then the PDF is literally going to, once you double click PDF, there's a virus attached to it, but you're not going to see it. The Bella could show these things for free. You can write it down if you want. So try it for free. Once you try it for free, it's going to just show you this is what's eating on the computer. You normal things will never find it for you. You will never get to see with a normal tool. So you can make your custom made like reports, show Active Directory, and reports modifications performed by administrator. But the goal here though is we're trying to come to Active Directory, log on activities. No. We're trying to talk about passwords, right? I think that's what we're talking about, passwords. So come to user activity, I think. Where's that? Let's get for receives. Field activity, user, yeah, so user server account change, long ones. So error generation report. Oh, you gotta pay for that one. Yeah, we gotta pay for that one. So compliance mapping. Then come to user account status change, settings. Come to share of integration, AT integration, AD integration, audit database. Yeah, we're gonna mess around with that one. Self audit, collect data for self audit, see pattern, customer experience, collect data for self audit, manage, so collect data for self audit, monitor, account password. Yeah, there's one I'm looking for. I can't find it now. Maybe my trial version has expired. But yeah, I mean it's a neat tool to go nuts with if you're trying to, depending on what you're trying to build here. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can bring up the audit config, event logs, inactive user tracker. Okay, yeah. Password expiration, it's 5. This is what we're looking for. Yeah, text users whose passwords are about to expire, send notifications to these users and reports to managers and administrators. That's what we care about. So if you have an Active Directory environment, something you're looking to use, it's pretty neat to inactive user, events log. Let's open that one. So enable password expiration alerting. Enable password expiration alerting. Send report to administrator. Monitoring plan. So we're going to use the service account, which is administrator SVC. Hold on one second. Debbie. / man, this thing is breaking my head. Yeah, SVC networks, that's it. So SVC then give it the password. Then this account must have necessary rights permissions to collect data, which does. Then that's why we literally give it made him a domain admin. Filter by organization, filter by OU, select OUs, SGI users, add, enter the OU. Filter by groups, I'm trying to go back to where did we generate? Oh yeah, this is what we did. So 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 generate report. So save first, then generate report. Then inactive user tracker. So let's say you run like some enterprise organization where you just want to know, maybe someone has just been adding some users, some shell users to take advantage of, like get access to certain things. The specified account cannot be verified. The username and password is incorrect. Specify to report. Use domain policy settings. So this will be a neat way for you to tell which users. Let's say people have left the organization and you've forgotten which ones you forgot to take off the list of like of your OU, like of your in ADOC. Like for instance here, these two people don't work here no more, so it will list it as part of the whatever. Then configure other settings like when to notify the manager, when to set a random password. You forget these things, right? Because there's other shit coming up. So disable account after, delete account after 360 days. So it's just a neat way. Once you give it the password, the right password, it's gonna tell you, and it's gonna forward the email. So it's a neat tool to mess around with. Fail to retrieve, username is incorrect. So let's do SGI /admin just because. And then password. The application is scheduled to run periodically. Configuration has successfully saved. Then that's my plan. Then let's try to generate now. So it wants to know where to save it to. So let's put it on desktop just because, right? So to open it, no user has expiring passwords. So the other one will be, which one were we trying to do? Yeah, the ones that have not expired in a bit. So send report to user manager. So this one is for, yeah, this one is for password. So let's go to the other one. Action. Hold on 1 second. Okay, this one is still on the password notifier. Notify user by text message. Notify user by email. Every day the account expires. Every day the account expires. And by email, right? So notify user by email. So customize. You want to put the way you want the email sent out to them. So subject, Shelly Guide, password expiration, Shelly Guide Inc. IT or knock, let's say knock, password expiration notification. Then it's going to put the employee name. So this is why we need SQL, right? Employee name. Hi, let's say employee name is Sam. Hi Sam, your password expires in so days. Thank you. So notification, use notification settings, which already configured. That's what I was looking for at first. Then you're gonna go. We already put the user. Then action send reports to user manager. Only report on users with expiring accounts. Try user by email every day if password expires. And then we already configured this one. Then ignore users who must change password at next login. Yeah, so ignore users who don't have email accounts, blah blah blah. So that's pretty much it. I think I have some users that should have cleared off. I think I fingered that password. Is probably what I did. So that's how the tool works. So it's a pretty nice tool to have in your environment. So yeah. This is okay, and it's free. I mean, part of it is free. So as you can see. Then so back to the last thing we're going to do, because I know time is gone. I will just dump the config on the switch and we'll finish it for the Takax. So I'm going to close this one and then we'll SSH into the switch real quick. And then start the Takax config. And that's going to be, I'll just dump the config on the notepad I'll dump the config from notepad, so I'm gonna do. So um so these all the configs we need. We just dump it. So you're just fucking SSH into your switch. So body SSH into 10.1. I have a 10.1 interface on it as an SVI. Oh, I got to configure my Ethernet interface first. It's not gonna work. If you don't know why this is not gonna work, then you probably shouldn't be in this class. So once you come to this guy right here, properties. So I got DHCP lease. So the 10.10 you have to do that one more time. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. So show run pipe includes default router. So that's the 10.10.10.10.1. That's the IP address of the router itself. So that's how I was able to just put it into it directly because of this command. That's the full DHCP command. So by section DHCP. So that's the full DHCP command. So the auxiliary address, meaning you don't want a duplicate address, and everybody on the network and all that good stuff, right? So what we're trying to do here is to configure terminal, and then we're trying to put these commands on. So Takak server, our shared secret already was shared secret. So our shared secret is shared secret. I'm gonna write it down just because I'm an old man. Shared secret. All right. So key, let's just say key is shared secret, right? Remove that one. Key is shared secret, all in lowercase. Then key is shared secret. Copy. SGIDC02 paste. Then that's it. VLAN 100. I think I already showed you guys what VLAN 100 was, right? Do show run. And this VLAN 100. The server is going to restart soon, so I have a task scheduler. That turns the server off at a particular time. Task SCHD. So the server is like revving. So that's what's happening on VLAN 100, which is the smooth virtual interface default gateway for all of my servers, right? So I think the task is on the server, not on my. So all I just have to do is copy my command. I'll take it from here next week. 1 second. Peacock server is SGIGC01. Give me 1 second here. Peacock. Yeah, Peacock server. So there is an hyphen here. So you gotta put the fucking hyphen. So what is wrong? Peacock server. So let's do manually. Peacock server. Peacock server. Yeah, we're in an older version, that's why. Yeah, we're in an older version of iOS. I have to go generate the commands for this. Give me 1 second. Show inventory. Do show inventory. Do show inventory. Do show inventory. Okay, so we come here. Let's start a new chat with our favorite guy, ChatGPT. So this is how I use it is just tell it like this is what you're running on a show version, right? You tell it generate what now? To come to this place, generate command compatible with above version. Generate variant compatible with above version for fault tolerant attacks config. Give one bash script. Give one script at once, short and simple. Short and simple. Ready to copy paste. All right. So we're gonna do is paste it here. Configure new model. Yeah, I knew that was you have to start with create new model. Then the server host, method list, username admin, privilege, secret. Let's just say admin for now. Then end write memory. So let's copy it for now and paste it. Hopefully this works. Configure terminal. It still didn't work. Why? Peacock server name. You have to go work on this command. It's not compatible with the version of switch you're running. That's what the problem is. So yeah. So continue from here next week. The point in the does anybody have any problem from like what you were doing on site? Can you guys hear me though?
I can hear you.
Yeah. If you have any, like the point in workshop is not for me to just come talk and just do my bullshit. The point is for everybody to come and like show like, oh, this is the challenge I faced. I would like some elucidation in this regard. Like this is what I think it should have been done better this way. You see where I'm coming from? Like you went to site, you did some work, you don't understand exactly how it went, and you want me to like just explain stuff to you. That's the point. See where I'm coming from? So if you have any questions like that, like that's the point. Is Kumar is not here today. Mr. Abdul is not here because I told him to 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 not show up as much as he's been showing up because we had a problem with man. That was loud. Because we had a problem with some sales manager we're trying to onboard like a partner. So so point is if you have any questions, that the point is to like talk to like congenial minds, like-minded techs, and say, oh, this is what I worked on. This is not working. Bring your problems to class, type shit, So if you guys have any other questions, then I think we'll just continue next week. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of the week and have fun, man.